Have you heard the Whistler?
I'm the Whistler.
I must kill Henry. I must kill Henry.
That was Ambrose Brent, official of an airplane plant. He found strange notes in the night.
You better get away, Ambrose. Take a good long rest. The sooner the better.
That was Henry Pierce, Ambrose's partner. He was growing fearful of Ambrose.
Get this prescription filled, Ambrose. It'll make you sleep. And you'd better get away.
And that was Ambrose's friend, Dr. Fenwick. And this is Ambrose's wife, Doris.
What's happened, Ambrose? Look at me. What have you done?
Another Saturday night, and again CBS presents The Whistler.
And I, the Whistler, know many things, for I walk by night. I know many strange tales, many secrets hidden in the hearts of men and women who stepped into the shadows. I know the nameless terrors of which they dare not speak. And so I tell you tonight the strange story of Notes in the Night. A storm rages wildly over the countryside. Beyond that long row of trees stands a lonely house half hidden in the darkness of the night. Not a single light appears from any of its many windows. But up there in that room with the large window, a man stirs fretfully in his sleep. The man is Ambrose Brent, an official of an airplane plant. But it's not the storm that stirs his uneasy slumber. It's something else, something far more sinister, something that has happened many times in the past few weeks. Now he stirs again, moans loudly, and suddenly sits bolt upright in his huge bed.
Who's there? Who's there, I say? It's funny. I had sworn I heard something. I swear I felt someone in the room.
Turn on the lamp, Ambrose. You'll see.
I can't imagine what's happening to me. It's just nerves, I guess. It's just... Good Lord. Another note. Another one. I must kill Henry. I must kill Henry. That's the third note this week in my own handwriting. I've got to do something. I've got to tell someone. Henry's my best friend. Oh, it's nerves. I know. I'll call Dr. Fenwick. Doc will know what's wrong. Fairchild 1834W. Yes.
Hello?
Is Dr. Fenwick in?
No, Dr. Fenwick isn't in. He can be reached at Walnut 2380.
Walnut 2380. That's Henry Pierce's number. I can't go there. If there's anything to this, I must stay away from Henry. I've got to see Doc Fenwick. Wait till morning.
Well, hello, Ambrose. Sit down. What's wrong?
Doc, I've got to talk with you.
Oh, of course, Ambrose. Why not? What's up?
Something's wrong with me. Terribly wrong.
Oh, yeah?
Read this note.
No? I must kill Henry. Henry? I must kill Henry? I don't get it. What has this to do with your trouble?
I wrote it.
You did? Well, really? And why did you write it?
I don't know. I don't remember writing it, but I know it's in my own writing. And that's it.
Who's Henry?
Henry Pierce. Who else?
Have you been drinking, Ambrose?
Not a drop, I swear.
Well, look, old boy, you'd best sit down. Ah, that's better. Now, when did you write this?
I don't know. I found 6 notes just like that.
6? Where?
On the nightstand beside my bed.
Are you sure it's your writing?
Well, doesn't it look like it?
Yeah, certainly does. Tell me, how many hours have you been putting in at the plant lately?
Oh, too many.
I'd better give you a thorough going over, Ambrose.
But why should I write such notes?
I don't know. Mind plays queer tricks on us sometimes under undue strain. You'd better slow down. That's my best prescription. Take it easy. Get out of town as soon as possible.
Yes. Yes, I guess you're right.
And I'll give you something for your nerves.
Thanks. Doctor, you don't think I'm losing my mind, do you?
No, Ambrose. You're just terribly upset, that's all. Yeah. Here's your prescription. You better get it filled tonight.
Thanks. I'll leave Saturday. You don't think there's anything wrong with me? Mentally, I mean.
If you're in town after Saturday night, I'll drag you out with my own 2 hands.
Good night, Doctor.
Good night, Ambrose. Sleep tight. And don't think about anything.
Ambrose, why don't you take a little vacation?
What do you mean, Henry? Have you been talking to Doc Fenwick?
Fenwick?
Of course you have. He told you all about it.
About what?
I feel better than I've felt in years. I'm in excellent condition. Do you hear?
Certainly I hear. What's wrong with you, Ambrose?
Nothing.
If you act like this, I'll be forced to agree with Doc Fenwick.
What has he said?
He just said you were overworked.
Well, he doesn't know everything.
Ambrose, you'll please me very much if you'll take a little vacation.
Did Doc Fenwick tell you what was bothering me?
Yes, he did, Ambrose, and I think you'd better get away as soon as possible. Oh, I'm sorry, Ambrose, but don't worry. Everything will be all right.
Then you're not worried? You're not upset about it?
Certainly not. Why should I be?
Please believe me, Henry, I wouldn't do such a thing. I've never even thought of such a thing. I'd kill myself first. You do believe me, don't you?
Huh? Why, of course I do, of course.
I wouldn't kill you. I have no reason.
Shall I drive you home, Ambrose?
No, I'll get home. I'd better leave tomorrow, hadn't I? I'll go up to my place in the mountains. There's no one there. My wife has gone to Palm Beach.
Yes, Ambrose. You better leave tomorrow.
Yes. Doris will be back from Palm Beach in 3 weeks.
That'll be long enough. I'm sure you'll find things different when you return. Quite different.
Good night, Henry.
Goodbye, Ambrose. Sleep tight and don't think about anything.
Ambrose goes home and to bed. The clock ticks off the eerie hours. The clock chimes 2. And suddenly Ambrose stirs fretfully in his slumber. He wakes and again sits up staring into the inky blackness of his silent room. Turn on the light, Ambrose. Turn on the light.
Who is it? Who's there? Good Lord. Another one. I must kill Henry. Jameson! Jameson! I've got to get hold of myself. This is ridiculous. Jameson! I'm losing my mind. I must be.
Did you call me, sir?
Yes. Yes, I called you.
I thought I heard a scream.
A scream? No, What time is it?
It's long after midnight, sir. It's 2:00.
2:00? Oh. Pack my bag. Order my plane to be ready in 30 minutes.
Where are you going, sir?
It doesn't matter.
Yes, sir.
I've got to get away. I've got to. 2:15. I must get away. I must. I'm mad. I must be. Jameson! Jameson!
The car is at the door, sir.
Then come on with the bag.
Where are you going, sir?
I don't know where I'm going, Jameson. Understand?
Yes, sir, I understand.
Good night, Jameson.
Goodbye, sir.
Yes? Yes? Who is it? What do you want? Come in. Ambrose, is that you? What on earth are you doing here at 2:30 in the morning? What's wrong? I say, what's wrong with you?
I must kill Henry. I must kill Henry.
Ambrose, put up that gun. No, don't, Ambrose. Don't.
I must kill Henry.
Don't, you're mad. Don't come near me. Don't. Ambrose.
Operator. Operator. I want Dr. Fenwick in New York. Fairchild, 1834W. Please. It's Dr. Fenwick's residence. Make it person to person. This is Crust Line 142. I've got to talk to someone. I've got to. I can't stand this silence, this being alone. Hello? Oh. I see. No, never mind. I'll call tomorrow.
Put up your hands. Don't move.
Doris.
Ambrose.
What on earth? What are you doing here?
Why, what are you doing here?
I thought you were in Palm Beach. What are you doing up here in the mountains?
I changed my mind. I decided to come up here.
Why didn't you let me know?
I didn't think about it. I was going to phone you in the morning. Well, how did you find time to get away from the plant? I thought you were too busy to eat.
Well, I decided I needed to rest, so I...
It's an early hour to arrive. 5 a.m.
Is it? Well, you see, it occurred to me on the spur of the moment. I flew up. Well, what are you staring at?
I'm not staring, Ambrose. What's wrong? What's happened?
Nothing. I came up here because...
Because what? What are you talking about, Ambrose? Are you ill?
Yes. Yes, that's it. I'm ill, very ill. Yes. Get the doctor.
What doctor? There's no doctor near here.
Get Dr. Fenwick. He knows.
Dr. Fenwick?
He's the only one who knows. Except Henry.
Are you out of your mind?
No, I'm not. Do you hear? It's a lie. I'm not crazy. I won't be crazy. Oh, Doris, what's happened to me? What's happened? Oh, poor Henry.
Ambrose, look at me. What have you done? What have you done?
Let me alone. I'm going to bed. I want to get some sleep. I've done nothing. What's that? Wake up, Doris.
What?
That noise.
I didn't hear you.
I did. Hear it? There it is again. There's someone coming there. They are at the door.
There's no one.
You see? I'm not here. I haven't been here. You don't know where I am. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
Doc, it's you.
Oh. Hello, Doris.
Hello, Doctor.
Did you get my call? You did, didn't you?
Now, Ambrose, take it easy. Everything's going to be all right. Don't get excited.
All right. What do you mean?
You've got a 50-1 chance to pull out of this.
Pull out?
Certainly. I know you're mentally upset. You have been for weeks. I'll swear to that. I have records. I'll appear on your side. You'll get out of it.
Out of it? Out of what?
You're not a killer.
Killer?
What did you say? What did you say?
I said you weren't a killer. I understand your case perfectly.
Henry is dead?
Yes. I'm sorry to say Henry is dead. He died about 2:30 in the morning, as closely as can be determined. From all indications, the police think he committed suicide.
But he didn't. You know he didn't.
He may have.
Then why did you come here?
I thought this is where you'd come, and I was right.
What does this mean, Doctor?
It means that if Henry's dead, I killed him. I must have.
Must have. Are you positive?
Yes, who else could it be? I've written notes to myself for weeks. The doc knows. He knows all about it.
Do you?
Yes, but I didn't think it would come to this.
But why did you do such a thing? He was your best friend.
I know it. But if he's dead, I must have done it.
But why did you do it?
I don't know.
No, please, don't upset. He wasn't responsible.
I am responsible. I did it. And I'm going back.
No, Ambrose. Stay here till I send for you. Have a talk with him.
No. I'm going back this morning.
I can't believe such a thing.
Doris, why do you look at me like that? Please. I don't know why I did it. Oh, Doris, don't you believe me?
I don't know. I don't know.
Tell her, Doc. Tell her.
Tell her what?
Tell her the truth. Tell her I didn't do it for a reason. Explain to her how it was. You know how it happened. Go on, tell her. Tell her.
Come now, old boy. This is not helping you.
What'll they do with me?
Why? Now, look, it's early yet. It's 9 o'clock. you'd better try to get some sleep in this afternoon. I'll take you back to the city and make arrangements for you to go someplace where you can have a nice rest.
What kind of a place?
Why, rest home. I know a nice, quiet place.
You don't mean a rest home. I know what you're thinking. You mean an asylum. You think I'm insane, both of you.
Now, Ambrose.
Well, why don't you say it?
Ambrose, if you don't control yourself, something will happen to you.
I won't go to an asylum. Do you hear? Do you hear me?
Stop it.
I won't stop it. You don't care about me. You're both cold and heartless. You want me to be locked up, both of you.
Ambrose, please. Please, calm down.
Keep away from him, Doris.
See? Keep away from him. He's a dangerous lunatic. A killer.
You don't calm down. I'll have to use force.
You try it. You just try it. I'm going out that door, and don't you try to stop me.
You run away like this, you stamp yourself as a hopeless lunatic. They'll find you.
They won't find me, and I won't be locked up.
Ambrose, please.
No, I'll kill myself first.
You're a fool, Ambrose. A mad fool.
Now you've done it, Ambrose. You've really made a mess of things. You're a fugitive now. They'll throw out a dragnet. You'll have to run and hide and sneak, afraid of every shadow. You'll have to run, Ambrose. Hide and sneak and run for the rest of your days. Ambrose Brent, fugitive.
Henry's dead. Henry's dead.
Henry's dead.
Ambrose Brent, fugitive.
Ambrose Brent, 5 feet 8.
150 pounds.
Brown hair.
Blue eyes.
Wanted for murder.
Murderer. Fugitive. Lunatic. Padded cell. Lunatic. Padded cell. Lunatic.
Hurry, Ambrose, hurry. More gas. Step on it.
What's that?
A sign, Ambrose, and a red flag swinging in the road. 2 men in black rubber coats. Too late to turn around now.
What's your hurry, mister? Driving pretty fast for a storm like this, ain't you?
Who are you? What do you want?
State police.
What are you stopping me for?
We're stopping everybody.
Why?
We're looking for someone.
Looking for someone? Who?
A fugitive.
A murderer?
We didn't say what he'd done.
Let's have a look at your driver's license.
Driver's license? Why, that's funny. I must have...
left it in your other suit, huh?
Step out. Let's have a look at you.
Hey, you come back here. Oh, what's eating him? He must be nuts. Why, I could have plugged him, but I just shot in the air.
Just as well. He wasn't Mike Coretti. Mike could make 2 of him.
Know where you are now? Recognize this room? That's right. It's the room of death, where Henry was murdered the night before. His body has been removed, but the pad on his desk is still there, smeared with a large brown stain. There are 5 people in the room: Dr. Fenwick and Doris Brent, Jameson the Brent's butler, Inspector Fields, and Carnes of the District Attorney's office. The inspector is speaking.
District Attorney Carnes had an appointment with Henry Pierce. It was he who discovered the body this morning. Pierce had been dead about 7 hours. Right, Mr. Carnes?
That's right, Inspector Fields.
We attempted to reach Mr. Brent and were told by Jameson, the butler, that he left town at 2 in the morning. He told us about the place in the mountains, and there we reached you, Mrs. Brent.
You've no idea where your husband is, Mrs. Brent?
Not the slightest.
Your butler said you had gone to Palm Beach.
Yes, I started for Palm Beach, but I changed my mind and went to the mountains.
And your husband came there last night?
Yes, it was about 5 in the morning.
9 o'clock. I flew up to the cabin, got there a few minutes before 9.
Why did you go there, Doctor?
Well, I had advised Ambrose to take a rest. He's been working too hard and was heading for a nervous breakdown. When I learned of Henry's death, I went to tell him about it.
Doctor, you visited Henry Pierce here last evening.
I did. He phoned me to come over. I got here about 11. He'd made a new will and wanted me to witness it and asked if I would serve as executor. I read it and signed it.
I see. In whose favor was the will drawn?
Well, the old will left everything to Ambrose. Henry had no living relative. But because of Ambrose's mental condition, he decided to leave everything to Doris, Mrs. Brent.
That's correct. I found the will on the desk.
Was Ambrose Brent your patient?
Yes, of course.
What was his trouble?
Too much work. He had a great responsibility.
Did you think he was losing his mind?
No.
Did he think so?
Well, he was terribly upset. He'd been having hallucinations.
Doctor, when was the last time you saw him prior to finding him in the mountains?
The evening before Henry died. I wrote him a prescription.
Mm-hmm. And where did you go after you left Henry Pierce last night?
I told my servants that I was going out of town for a holiday, but it was storming so when I left Henry that I decided to stay at my club.
Mrs. Brent, did your husband, Mr. Pierce, ever quarrel?
Not to my knowledge. They were the best of friends.
I see. Have you told us all you know, Dr. Fenwick?
No.
Then I think you should. What was it that bothered Ambrose Brent?
Well, he said he had been writing himself notes. They were all alike, in his own handwriting, and all said the same thing. I must kill Henry.
I didn't know this.
Certainly not. That was the patient's private business. I thought that if I could get him away for arrest, he'd pull out of it.
There you are, Carnes. Must have been on his mind.
Yes, but what's the motive?
An unbalanced mind doesn't always need a motive.
Then you think Ambrose did it?
He loved Henry like a brother. If he did it, he was completely out of his mind. Believe me.
Ambrose.
What? Well, thank heaven. You finally came to your senses.
Come in, Mr. Brent.
I suppose you want to see me?
I'm Inspector Fields, Police Department. This is Mr. Carnes of the District Attorney's Office.
Yes, I know Mr. Carnes.
I thought you'd gone on a little vacation, Mr. Brent.
I had gone, but not on a vacation.
Mr. Pierce told me you'd gone for a couple of weeks.
I was going on a vacation, but something changed my mind.
Oh? What was that?
You know. You know why I've come back. Henry's dead, and I killed him.
When did you kill him?
I don't know. Must have been last night.
Why did you do it?
I wish I knew. I recall neither the crime nor the motive. But I'm sure I did it.
Why are you so sure you did it?
Because of these notes, 6 of them. I've been writing notes to myself for weeks. Read them.
Are they in your own handwriting?
Certainly. But I don't remember writing a one. I must have some form of amnesia.
Hmm?
When I heard Henry was dead, I tried to run away. I couldn't stand the thought of an asylum, but the faster I ran, the more I hated myself, so I came back to get it over with. It's a great relief.
Now, Mr. Brent, compose yourself. Mr. Brent, did you know that Henry Pierce made a new will last night, leaving his estate to your wife?
What? Why should he do that?
Well, perhaps he was worried about you.
Of course. Why shouldn't he be? He knew I was acting strangely.
Take a look at this will. Is that Henry's signature?
Certainly.
You're sure it isn't your writing?
It is not. I couldn't copy his signature if I tried. It's just a bunch of scrawls.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Mr. Brent, take this pad and write on it, I must kill Henry.
Please, isn't that being a bit brutal?
Go ahead, write it.
There you are.
Good. Now write the date on it.
They weren't dated.
Well, write it anyway. Write the date in numerals. Don't name the month.
There it is.
Thank you. Now, you write the same, Mrs. Brent.
There.
Thanks. Now you, Dr. Fenwick.
There you are.
Mm-hmm. Well, the notes you got were certainly in your own handwriting, Mr. Brent.
I told you that. Why waste so much time? I came back to get it over with. I'm tired.
There, you need some sleep, old man. You'll feel better after you've had a nap.
I can't sleep. I haven't slept for days.
You should have. You've been taking that medicine I gave you.
I didn't get it. I didn't want to sleep. I just wanted to get away. Here's the prescription, still in my pocket.
Prescription? May I see it, please? Thank you. What is this medicine, Doctor?
It's intended to induce sleep, but he's so stubborn he wouldn't take it. If he had, this wouldn't have happened.
Oh. Inspector, Take a look at this note written just now by Mr. Brent.
I must kill Henry.
And the date.
5/14/42.
May the 14th, 1942. Now, Mrs. Brent's note.
I must kill Henry. 5/14/42. The same.
Mm-hmm. And now Dr. Fenwick's.
I must kill Henry. 14/5/42.
Now read the date on the will.
14/5/42. What does that mean? There aren't 14 months.
And now look at the date on this prescription.
14/5/42. Well, I'll be darned. What does it mean?
It means that Dr. Fenwick was educated in Europe, where they indicate the day of the month first, then the month. The 14th day of the 5th month.
What? Oh, you're crazy. Are you accusing me of this?
It means that the doctor, not Henry, wrote this will, and if he wrote the will, he must have killed Henry Pierce. And if he killed Henry, he must have had a motive. And I've guessed that motive.
You're out of your mind. What motive would I have?
You also wrote those notes and left them for Ambrose to find. You're an expert at handwriting, Dr. Fenwick. You figured that Ambrose would be declared insane, and Henry's as well as Ambrose's property would go to Doris with you as executor in complete control.
I don't believe it. Ridiculous.
And this is what I hate to say at this moment, but I think it's true. Dr. Fenwick, tell him about you and Mrs. Brent.
That's a lie.
Tell him, Doctor. That's what's back of the whole thing. You're stuck. You might as well tell him.
All right. All right, I wrote the will. I wrote the notes. I am in love with Doris. I have been for years. She was in love with me.
Doris.
I'm sorry, Henry.
But she had nothing to do with Henry's death. Not a thing. I came here that night disguised as Ambrose. Henry didn't hear my voice. I only whispered. He thought it was you. That's all. Sorry, Doris.
Stop him. Good Lord.
Well, the doctor's dead.
The doctor's dead, yes. But that's not all, not quite. There's something troubling the inspector, and you, Ambrose, and you too, Doris. How was it that Mr. Carnes first got wise to the doctor? How did the doctor slip up? How did he show his hand? I know. And so does District Attorney Carnes. Go ahead, Mr. Carnes. Tell us.
Well, the doctor said he had gone to the cabin to tell Ambrose of Henry's death. He arrived at the cabin at 9 a.m. I didn't discover the body till 10 a.m. and gave strict orders that it was not to be announced until we'd inspected everything thoroughly. Therefore, the only way the doctor could have known about the murder was to have been present when it happened.
So you see, the doctor didn't go to the cabin to inform Ambrose. He went there to meet Doris. And when he was surprised by Ambrose, he used the death of Henry as an excuse for his coming.
Oh, my God. I'm here. I gotta blow my nose. I'll be right back. All right, no, really. I'm here. Good morning. Let's try that. Is that better? Yeah, there we go. Well, that was a hell of a bong hit. Sheesh. Good morning, everyone. Just like they said in that radio show, May the 14th. May the 14th. I kept saying May the 14th. May the 14th. And I didn't even know. I didn't even know. Today's May the 14th. And they kept talking about the date, May the 14th, May the 14th. The Whistler. I know many things, for I walk by night. Totally. My daughter is officially done with this semester of university. She got all of her grades back. She got straight A's. She got A's in every one of her classes in psychology. Every single class, she got an A. A. Man, she's my hero. I am so proud of her. She might even still be awake. I kept trying to tell my wife last night, good morning, Joe. I kept trying to tell my wife last night, just, you know what? She's going to stay awake late. She's going to sleep in. She's going to sleep all day tomorrow. She's going to do this for about a week, where she's just going to stay up late and sleep in late. And Natalie's like, yep. Listen to him. Just got back from work, huh? Well, I just woke up from work, because sleep is work. Sleep is difficult. Sleep is friggin' horrendous. It's crazy, man. It's crazy to try to think about sleep, man. I got some dubage on the way home last night. Before I was doing a tropical trance. Now I'm doing a cornmeal cake. This is also indica. It's cornmeal cake. Doesn't taste like cornmeal. Doesn't look like cornmeal. Doesn't smell like cornmeal. But it is I don't know. It's good. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Oh, guess what, Joey? Last night, I was sitting here going through the campsites at the camp place. So here we go. And I printed out the campground. And then I went ahead, let me go ahead and show you. I went ahead and you can see little red circles. Little red circles are campsites that are still available to be reserved for what are we doing? I can't remember what the date is that we're camping. I believe we have camping set up for, let me just get my calendar here. The 3rd and the 4th. So we're checking in on the 3rd, staying the 3rd, the 4th, and then we're checking out on the 5th on a Thursday. So June 3, 4, and 5, we're going to be in Big Bear. So I'm talking to my wife and daughter last night, and I'm like, wow, we need to reserve a spot, but out of these spots left, I don't know which is the right spot for us, right? We want something smooth, level, with some trees around it. Pardon me. Decently close to the bathroom, but not on a path so that everybody's walking by our camp. So I'm like, Natalie, we got to figure this out. I said, there's pictures of each campsite, right? Lots of pictures of each campsite, but it's still, my wife says, why don't we just drive up there tomorrow? And I'm like, okay. And she's like, Natalie, you want to go? And she's like, no. And I said, no, she's going to sleep in. Leave her alone. And Mom, so later on, I'm like, okay, you ready to go? You want to tell your brother and we'll pick him up? She's like, you want to go? And I'm like, yeah, I want to look at these campsites. I said, besides that, we can pick up your brother on the way. We can go up there, look at the campsites, have a little lunch, drop him off on the way home, and then reserve the site that we want. Boom, bing, bang, boom. Like that. And I'm like, yeah. So we're leaving first thing in the morning, and she's like, you're serious? And I'm like, yeah, baby. Camping. I have wanted to go camping, serious camping, since the last time we went in 2013. We went in 2013, and we went up to the mountains and stayed at the mountain campsite. And the bugs were horrendous. And then we got sick. For some reason, we all got sick. And we all felt miserable. So that was kind of a bummer. We went to the mountains in above Lake Elsinore, Ortega Mountains. You still haven't gotten your real ID in the mail yet. What are they supposed to come, like registered mail and have a signature? That's what it should be. I mean, if it's a real ID, then they should go to real, yeah, that's right. You need it to fly, huh? But it's not. It's gone into effect, I guess. So now you definitely need them. You just show them your permit. Here's my real ID permit. I just got it. It's in the mail, man. I swear to God, man. Here's the receipt. Yeah. Hopefully you get it before your flight. I'd hate for you to not come on your vacation. That would suck. That would totally suck. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to be selfish or anything, but damn, we want you over here, damn it. So there you go. And so far it looks like, I think my daughter said she'll have to check, but she doesn't think she's got anything going on that week that you're here. So that'll be cool. That'll be cool, man. That'll be totally cool. Totally. And then, no more, and then I think once we get the camp, you can change your vacation date. Oh, but I can't change my camping date. Let's see. So we still have basically 2 weeks, right? We have like exactly 2 weeks. Right, before your flight. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and reserve the spot, and I think it's like a $10 cancellation fee, which is fine by me. I'll take it out of your ass, punk. We'll go ahead and reserve the dates, and then if that's a problem, then we'll just move the dates over a week. Hopefully it'll work out that way. The campground is pretty booked up. So there was, gosh, I think, how many sites available for that weekend? Or for that period? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. That's right. There's 13 sites available right now. So we'll go ahead and go up there. We'll look at all of the sites. And then that way, if we have to change, I'll mark the ones that I like, and then, yeah, it should arrive before your flight. It's still a couple of weeks away. I'm not worried about it. And like I said, if things change, then we'll just change the date. It's not a big deal. It's not like it's the only week that we have off. Right now, summer's looking pretty open. So, man, I just need more coffee, I think, But I mean, I'm getting so excited about camping. I love camping. I love planning camping trips. I love the packing and the execution. I've actually started my lists. I've got 3 pages on this thing. This has got beds and bedding, right, and dog stuff. This one's got kitchen and pantry stuff, so it's got all the food, and then all the other stuff that we need to do kitchen, can opener, spatulas, that kind of stuff, plates and cups, campsite stuff. That's pretty basic. We decided not to take a barbecue. We're going to use the barbecue that's up there, but we're going to take charcoal and wood. And we are going to take our fire ring because it's nicer and it's got a cover on it, and I feel safer. So unless they say no, you can't use it, we're gonna take it and use it. So we're gonna go up there today and we're gonna check on a bunch of stuff, which is great because one of the things I get to check on is going to be internet service, right? Am I going to be able to get a strong enough signal on my iPhone to set up a hotspot for my laptop so that I can go live from my laptop up there? So there you go. So basically I need to take my laptop and the power cable and then my mouse and keyboard because I hate that little laptop shit. So I should be able to put on some kind of a show. Granted, it's going to be at 5 in the morning at a campground. So it's going to be kind of weird as far as how. I'll have to set up everything the night before and do a test, right? And then if I do actually get up in the morning at 5 in the morning at camp and start a fire and start coffee and turn on the fucking computer and go, that's going to be weird. So it'll be neat. Fingers crossed it'll work. I told my daughter last night, I said, we got a date Monday. And she's like, what? And I said, you have Monday, 5 o'clock to 6:30. She's like, really? You're going to make me Minecraft? Right now, right? She's like, I thought I was going to get a little time off first. And I said, no. You've had enough time off from me. I said, you need to come hang out with me and play Minecraft. I said, I got TV shows and movies and stuff picked out for us to binge this summer. But the first thing is first, is you need to come Minecraft with me. And it's going to be this Monday night. You're going to go into my world and check it out, And she's like, okay. I said, look, I'll set it up so that you can be in the living room watching that TV with headphones on, listening to the game, or the game and everything that we're doing here. I said, but, and you won't be on camera, but you gotta, hang out. I said, I need some new blood. I need something going on. So I'm going to advertise it big time as, special guest, my daughter, Minecrafting, yada, yada, yada. I want to do the same thing when you come on the show at some point. And it's probably going to be that Monday that you're here. We will probably try to set something up so that you're both in the living room Minecrafting in my world, on my show, doing stuff together, battling or building or whatever it is you guys do. I don't know. I'm not gonna say this is what you got to do. Here's your script. So I'm just gonna say, you got to go into my world and bounce around there for an hour and a half on my channel. That's it. That's the only rules, is that it's got to be my world. And you don't even have to stay in my area. You can go off and explore new areas, because everything around where I'm at right now is completely unexplored. I just went straight north, a whole map. Just went right through a map all the way up, like a couple of thousand squares, to a new map that I had never been at before. And I opened up that map and have just been in that little area. So there's lots to do, lots to explore. If you go further north and further northeast and northwest, you're going into areas that have never been explored. So that's pretty cool, And then I can sit here and make notes as far as where you guys are going, because I just need to jot down those little numbers, the little coordinates numbers, and then I know how to get back to wherever you guys go and find something exciting. And then my thing is I like to build roads. I like to build big-time road action. We'll build roads all over the mofo place. I have started a road south to join up with the road that comes north. But there's a whole map of space in between where there's no road. So you just have to follow a straight line down to get to the road. For me, it's exciting to connect maps and places on maps with roads, highways, byways. I will go into a map and open it up and just cross-hatch it, just roads, 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 roads. So you can't go more than a few hundred squares without running into a road. If you're near if you're on my map, any of my maps, you wind up running into a road. That's all there is to it. Let's see. Today is Old Time Radio Wednesday. It's one of my favorite days of the week because I love old time radio. This morning we listened to an episode, and what was the episode's name? The episode's name was Notes in the Night. That was Tony saying that he liked my link for this morning's show, but I have yet to see Tony here. Hello? Hello? Notes in the Night. It was from June 27 of 1942. And what was really, really odd is during the last part of the show, about 6 times they said the date, at least 6 times they said the date May 14th. And I kept thinking, why does that date seem so familiar? Right? What is it, like a holiday or something? And then I looked down at my computer and it's like, oh shit, it's May 14th. Oh, that explains it. What the hell? That was serendipitous. No, that happens a lot with me. Things line up in 2s or 3s, usually 3s, where something will get mentioned or I'll do something, and then 2 or 3 or 4 times after that, for some reason, if I were to talk about like a UFO, if I were to talk about a UFO with my wife sitting here and then mention something like about Area 51, it would be like 5 minutes and a commercial for something, a TV show would come on about Area 51, right? And then something else would pop up about Area 51, or the number 51 would pop up, or the word area, and that happens a lot. That happens a lot in my life where things line up in groups of 3s. And my daughter is a witness, my wife is a witness. Anybody who's around me for any amount of time will notice this, because it just happens. You're seeing Pierce the Veil next. I love that when that happens. When you're so caught up in the world, all of a sudden it hits you that, oh, fucking A, man, I got a concert, dude. Yeah. It just makes all of that bullshit melt away. It makes all of those 11-hour, 14-hour days. It's like, fuck that. I'm going to a concert, man. That's awesome shit. Awesome sauce. Well, I hope you got the time off for that. And I hope you don't have to fly. Damn it. Cut that out. Shit. That's awesome. Pierce the Veil. That's totally cool. Totally cool, man. Concerts. I don't know when we're going to the next show. I was kind of hoping that she would say, oh, yeah, I got a show to go to when you were here, right? But I hit her up, and I don't think she's got anything going on, which doesn't mean that there can't be something going on. I mean, we might find something You know, a concert might pop up out of the blue or something that we don't even know about. You know, so that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. I mean, you're going to be here for a whole weekend, you know. So who knows what we'll do on that weekend. On a Saturday, excellent Saturday concert, even better. A day off concert, fucking awesome. A reason for a day off, you know. Aliens, UFOs. This, you know what? Look at my shirt, UFOs. I guess I said UFOs and aliens and stuff because that's kind of been the theme for this week. I watched Paul over the weekend, and then my wife is always watching those ancient alien shows and that kind of stuff. So aliens are always on my mind, you know. I'm pretty sure, I'm for certain that there's aliens out there and probably walking among us. We'll save that for Conspiracy Corner on Friday. Because, you know, we like to talk about that weird shit, man. Who knows? I'm not going to say yes or no. All right? All these so-called conspiracy theories, who knows how many of them could actually be the real deal, man. You never know. Vienna. I keep seeing videos on YouTube pop up with Vienna doing that tour thing. That's awesome stuff. Great kid. Can't wait to, at some point, go see that kid again. I'm kind of hoping that we can, you know, get Pappy and Harriet's out here to drag some more really, really good entertainment out here. You know, I mean, they've always got some great shit, but it's always all over the place. So it's not always music that I want to go see. Albeit great music. My tastes are a little odd. So older stuff would be great to see out here. I'd like to see some really, really new stuff like Vienna. Man, seeing Starcrawler out here was great because they brought with them was it the Velveteers? I mean, they were just fucking great. It's great stuff. Anytime I go to Pappy and Harriet's, whether we're seeing a band inside or out, it's just an awesome fucking show. You're just right, especially indoors. When you're indoors and you get there early and you're right, like, on the stage, it's just too much. It's too real, right? Like, really real. Yeah. I mean, I've seen, like, big, giant stadium concerts where it's a fantastic fucking show, but the act are little tiny ants on the stage down there. All right. Pappy and Harriet's, you're looking up at someone who's bigger than life. It's fucking crazy. And they're right there. They give you a fist bump. You know, they look at you. They smile at you. They talk to you. It's just a beautiful venue. Second best is probably Acrisure Arena because it's so small. Really, no matter where you're sitting in there, you're there. You know, even if you're the furthest in the back in the arena, it's not that far away. It's not that far away. Not compared to some place like the Coliseum or even the Forum. You know, that's. I'm going to take this bong hit, heat up some coffee. So this morning, an hour after the show ends, my wife and I are jumping into the car and driving up to Big Bear. We're going to stop halfway and pick up her brother, take him with us. his old lady, his girlfriend's got some kind of condition where the elevation isn't good for her, so she can't. So we're going to take him with us, hopefully to encourage him to go camping with us for a couple of days. Or at least come up and stay the night and hang out. It's my wife's brother, right? So, and then we have some friends here in town that we are going to invite. Hopefully when we have a perfect date set. Let me go heat up my coffee. I'll be right back. Ah, yeah, coffee. Yeah, baby. Oh my God. I cannot believe it, man. I cannot believe it, man. Ah. Totally cool. So, tomorrow is Throwback Thursday. And it is going to be Radio Shack Part 1. Because I got so much Radio Shack stuff to do. That I'm going to do a Radio Shack Part 1. And tomorrow we're going to look at, I have 4 in the box walkie-talkies. Actual walkie-talkies. The big old walkie-talkies, what cell phones used to look like when they first came out. So I've got these big giant walkie-talkies. I've got my batteries over here charging right now so that I can start my walkie-talkies up in the morning and play with them. And then it dawned on me that we're going to be going camping. And camping is the perfect time to have old school walkie-talkies. All right. Now I remember one night we were at the open mic night out at one of the hot spots out here, and the guys, Dave and his buddy, showed up with a couple of little walkie-talkies, a little not 90s, but like 2000s, little tiny walkie-talkies, kind of like the Motorola ones. Yeah, in fact, they were probably those. But remember the telephones that we used to have, the Sprint phones? And I think they were Sprint. But you could use them as a walkie-talkie. They had a walkie-talkie feature. So you could have friends' numbers, walkie-talkie numbers punched in there and do it. Hey, what's going on, dude? And it was just like a walkie-talkie. Well, they don't do that anymore. But I do. So tune in tomorrow to check out those walkie-talkies, because we're going to get them ready to use, and then we're going to take them camping. I've got one that plugs into a cigarette lighter that's going to sit in the car, in the van. That's going to be the base. And then we're going to have like 3 mobile walkie-talkies. Mobile 1, Mobile 2, Mobile 3. So that when we leave the campsite and go for a walk, whoever's back at the camp, or if we separate, we have walkie-talkies to communicate with each other. And we don't have to do the cell phone and the text thing. And it'll just bring kind of an air of a retroness, an air of, let's have fun like we used to have fun. I wish we had bicycles to take with us up there. That would be great, to cruise around on bicycles through the campground, But we got dogs. We're going to take dogs with us. I think I figured out the solution for the dogs, the canopy. I'm going to get some of that landscaping net that's like 2 or 3 feet tall and comes in rolls of 30 or 50 feet or something like that. I'm going to buy a roll of that, and I'm going to unroll it around the canopy on 3 sides and zip tie it to the canopy and then stake it into the ground with some of those little stakes with the little clips on them. And then cut a piece and attach it underneath the van, or at the very least put our giant long cooler and some other things up against that gap so that the dogs can't get out of the canopy in the van, and then that'll be their little world. So that seems like it's gonna. I got plenty of zip ties. I'll pick up some more stakes, and I'll pick up a roll of that. Then I think my thing is like 9 or 10 by. It's a square, so I think it's like a 9 or 10 foot square. So 10, 20, 30, 40. I'm gonna need like a 50-foot roll. And then I'll need to have stuff to cut it with, and then zip ties, and I might put a little rope along the top edge, weave it in through the stuff at the top edge to keep the top from doing this, right? So camp usually takes a couple of hours to get set up and half as long to break down and pack up. So I expect to get there in about the middle of the day, probably get there and have lunch and set up camp and get camp set up. It's quite possible that we'll just send the kids off to go get some lunch and bring it back the first day we get there. And then, get camp set up, get everything set stationary so that the van doesn't move, and the canopy and the tent and everything are kind of, in kind of a little ring. And then with Joey there, we'll have his car to go dick around in, so we won't have to move the van, and we can leave the dog area like that. And I doubt that I'm going to be doing much out and about stuff. I think the most out and about stuff I'm going to be doing while up there camping is going to be being outside between the camp and the lake. And I think that's pretty much where I'm going to be, because we're going to have the dogs, so I'm just going to want to hang out with the dogs. Sit at the camp and read, get high, make food, play with the fire, and just chill the fuck out, because that's what I'm up for. Kids are, you guys are probably going to need something a little more high speed, which is going to be like going into town, checking out the shops, record stores, vintage places. There's a theater up there. There's just literally a ton of things up there to fucking see, other than the lake and the mountains and the trees and squirrels and shit. So, yeah. You say you want to get out, this is the way to get out. I'm telling you, that's about as out as you can get, is camping. So it's awesome. And this will help me to get set up so I know what August is going to look like. And be sure to get August. Be sure to set up for that week of August, because that's going to be awesome there. Because we're going down to my hometown. And if I can get you here before we go down to Elsinore, so that you can spend all of that week with me down in Elsinore. So maybe a week and 3 days, I don't know. But get you down there with me so that for the couple of days before, you and I can go check out places that I used to roam, and hook up with a couple of kooks. But mainly, it's going to be that weekend, just hanging out at the lake, pretty much doing what I'm going to be doing up camping. Just chilling out. If I get lucky, if I get real lucky, some old friends will actually show up. Will actually take the time to leave their home state and come all the way out for a little reunion. So, and it would be my honor to host anybody that would want to come out. I had gone back and forth and had tried to create a huge budget and all these things, and it just didn't seem like it was going to work. It wasn't natural, first of all. Nobody was really getting on board. So I'm gonna put it out there that yes, this is still happening. It's still there. It's still going on, and it's going to be as big as they want it to be. All I can do at this point, in my condition, is just set it up. Get there early. Try to get some kind of area set up. Try to get some people to come out and help have fun with us and entertain. And now we're on a shoestring budget. So there you go. If I can get somebody to show up with a generator or two, somebody to donate some gas, to bring some lighting, somebody to collect some materials to build some kind of platform to put musical equipment on. It doesn't have to be a stage. It's just got to be some kind of platform, 12 pallets sheeted together with plywood. I don't know, who can, I don't know who can come up with this stuff. As we get closer, I'm going to be hitting people up. Hey, what, you got a month. What can you put together in a month, And then I need to go down there a month ahead of time and try to get everything set. I've talked to the guy twice now, once in person, just last year, over the summer actually, when we were really working on the logistics of all of this. So the guy at Elsinore West Marina, he was like, whatever, he's like heard from me before, so he's like, whatever, and I said, well, what I'd like to do is, he's like, yeah, you know what, if you get enough people, then we'll make it happen. I said, okay. So basically what the deal is that the price of admission for the reunion is going to be whatever he charges for day camping and whatever he charges for overnight camping if you stay past sunset. So more than likely, people are going to pay about $50 a car to show up and park. You don't even have to pay per person. You can load your car from the hotel filled with all of the people that came over to go to the reunion and just pay for one car and stay and pay the camping overnight, but just stay until like 2 in the morning or 11 or whenever it gets, whenever it gets quiet. I don't expect it to go on past, like 9 or 10 at night, assuming that most people are going to either be going back to their rooms or going out on the town, right? Because it'll be the weekend. So if we don't have enough to keep people occupied at nighttime, more than likely it'll be early nights and people will be taken off. What I'd like to do is have some musicians there, whether they're in the area or staying with us or just come over to hang out and entertain and then go, that's what I would really like. So that on 3 nights, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night, we've got something going on at night. I really had wanted a whole lot of splendor, right? And being only one guy and being broken, it's impossible for me to deal with all of that on my own, I literally would need, in order to do what I want to do, I would need a huge budget. And I can't get there from here, man. As much as I tried, I can't get the whole shirt thing to take off. Which would had I done it right and I had somebody working with me who knew about shirts and business and all of this, we probably could have done it a lot quicker, a lot easier, a lot cheaper, and had just invested some money in a bunch of different designs, and then started selling those, right, or trading them for donations. Had I worked at it sooner, I might have just gone out and invested in a bunch of T-shirts and a 1-station screen printing deal, or maybe a 2-station screen printing, and then just learn how to fucking screen print, right? Buy the inks and design the shit myself and create the screens myself, and then just create a bunch of shirts myself. cut out the middleman. I'm paying for ink and I'm paying for shirts. And I would love, really, really love to be able to have my own screen printer here and every week be wearing brand new shirts that I've screen printed. Yeah, that'd be a fucking dream come true right there. But once again, I need a staff is what I need. I need a secretary. I need an assistant. I need someone who just deals with my channel and uploading content. I need someone to help me, literally, like 2 people, to help me carry out all of these things. Whether it be for the reunion or the show or just my fucking life in general. I need 2 more of me. But unbroken, untainted. Yeah. Oh well. Wow, so we're like 40 minutes into the show. It's Old Time Radio Wednesday today. Today's album is The Whistler, because that's our show for the day. It is a complete broadcast, as heard. This date is wrong. This says April 4, 1946. The version that I have is April 4, 1946. Okay, so that is right. All right, go ahead. Go throw up. Go ahead. So that's what I have on a recording here. So we can check that out at, I don't know, say 6 o'clock. We'll listen to that, and then we can discuss that. I also have some TV guides here that we've been looking at. Good old American TV guides. Let's see what's coming on tonight. 1981. That would be Wednesday, May 13th, 1981. May 13th. Wow. So what's on prime time? Starsky and Hutch is on weekdays at 5 on channel 47. So what? Pardon me. What is this? Fresno edition. This is the Fresno edition. A lot of my stuff comes from about Central California somewhere. Let's see. Real People is on at 8. That's nice. All right, so let's start at 6 o'clock. Streets of San Francisco. Sanford and Son. Starsky and Hutch. 6:30, All in the Family. Welcome Back, Kotter. MASH. MASH again at 7. We got a lot of news. John Chancellor. Frank Reynolds. Rather, Drinkwater. Dan Rather and somebody Drinkwater. Drinkwater. Lord. And at 7 also we have just MASH. We've got like MASH on 4 different channels here. 1981, I think MASH was just a little bit popular. Yeah, you want to sell commercials time, you better put MASH on. 7:30, Barney Miller. Crosswits, Family Feud, Over Easy, Tic-Tac-Doe. Rojo de Lejos, Novela. Telenovela. Rosa de Lejos. De Lejos. Long way? Rosa? Long way, Rosa? I don't know. She's a long way. She's going a long way. Okay, 8 o'clock on Wednesday. Yeah. On Wednesday, May 13th, 1981, we have Jacques Cousteau. What is Jacques Cousteau doing? On the trail of California's gray whale. Wow. Enos? Oh, Enos. Remember Enos? Enos. He got his own show. Dukes of Hazzard's deputy sheriff Enos got his own show. What? I don't understand. I do not understand how that ever happened. But Enos Sonny Schroyer welcomes a visit from Daisy Duke, Catherine Bach, who's about to drive in a Palm Springs to Mexico race, unaware that her racer's being used to smuggle a diamond. Oh no. Oh no. Poor Daisy Duke. Ah, geez. Also, another great show, Greatest American Hero, is on at 8. That is awesome. And it's a good show. It's a good show. Good. It's a good show. And also at 8 o'clock, damn, Real People, segments on a Los Angeles spa for executives under stress. A California man whose bicycle generates power for his TV. An Ohio man who built his own castle. And a man who attempts to jump a tank over a car. Yeah, there you go. Ansel Adams, photographer profile, also on at 8. Also on at 8, Night Gallery. Wow. That is great. Also on at 8, The Girl, The Gold Watch, and Dynamite, science fiction special. This sequel to the 1980s The Girl, The Gold Watch, and Everything. Wow. I never knew about this. The Girl, The Gold Watch, and Dynamite, and The Girl, The Gold Watch, and Everything. Here we go. The Girl, The Gold Watch. Pardon me. This happens. And Everything. And sequel is And the Diamond. Oh, and Dynamite. Dynamite. And then JJ comes running in. Dynamite! All right, here we go. Also, let's see, at 8:30 a movie starts, In Love and War. Oh, yeah. There's a praise-a-thon on at 8. Let's see. Bradford Dillman is in that movie, Love and War. There you go. Hollywood documentary. This episode focuses on the Great Train Robbery. Okay. Stand By Your Man movie. Neil Simon's California Suite movie. Different Strokes is on at 9. There you go. Kennedy Center Tonight. Salute to Duke Ellington. Sweet. And there's a lot of stuff going on there. 9:30 Facts of Life. Nancy McKeon is she shoplifts a blouse. Woo! Way to go, Joe. Oh. So there's this little thing here about what you call it. You see this old guy here? Lionel takes a stand. At 73, Lionel Stander, heart-to-heart, heart-to-heart's spunky chauffeur and butler, Max, is survived blacklisting 6 marriages and still loves a good debate. Meet him in this week's TV Guide. That guy, 73 on the show, is when he really got his success, was getting on that show. But as you can see, he's been through the ringer. He survived blacklisting. I wonder what got him blacklisted, right? Lionel Stander. Let's check out Lionel Stander and blacklisting and see what... Hey, see you later, brother. I don't know when that message popped up. Sorry. Yeah, have a good night, good morning, good day. I'll talk to you later, brother. Peace, man. Have a good one, buddy. Can't wait for you to get here, man. Ooh, stop it. All right, Quincy at 10. Up and Coming at 10. I don't know what the hell is. Some kind of weird show. Noche a Noche. Noche a Noche. Up and Coming. There you go. Some baseball, late night baseball. The Pirates and the Braves. 11 o'clock. Odd Couple. 11:30, Benny Hill. As well as 11 o'clock. There's a lot of Benny Hill on late night here. Yeah, and then it's pretty much late night movies, which is where I would have been. I would have waited till everybody goes to sleep and then sneak in and watch movies till dawn, and then go to sleep just hungover from watching movies all night. So if I was going to stay up late and come in like after midnight and watch TV while my parents were asleep in 1981, in 1981 that would have been highly probable. Late night, we've got, after midnight, we got Midnight Big Valley, Love Boat, Tomorrow Coast to Coast with Tom Snyder, George Steinbrenner, so I wouldn't have watched that, a movie, comedy, People Will Talk, Joseph L. Mankiewicz, Cary Grant, Hume Cronin, maybe, Dragnet, maybe, 145, Flying Leathernecks, Nicholas Ray, directs, John Wayne. That's more my father's thing. Woman of the Year. Spencer Tracy, Katharine Hepburn, maybe. Mission Impossible, probably. I probably would have gone from a Dragnet into Rat Patrol and into Mission Impossible, and then probably passed out somewhere during Mission Impossible, and then gotten woken up early to go to school on Thursday. But that's 1981. Let's real quick take a look at 1978, and we are Wednesday, 1978, May the 17th. And at 8 o'clock, we've got Carpenter's music special. This is 1978. A movie called Lacey and the Mississippi Queen with Catherine Lloyd and Deborah Afuera and Jack Elam. Oh, Jack Elam, that's great. Also, at 8, we've got Live from Lincoln Center again, right? Which is great because it's, like a 4-year difference. We have a pilot, Danny and the Mermaids. Patrick Collins, Harley McBride, Ray Walston. I don't know about that. Nova, The Light of the 21st Century, Mañana Será Otro Día, Lucha Libre de 30, another pilot, Andy Goober, The Andy Griffith Show, and Mayberry RFD. Now Goober gets his own show. Great. 9 o'clock on May 17th, Wednesday, 1978. Olivia Newton-John has a special. How nice for her. And, the usual slew of characters. Of course, she's got John Travolta. There you go, because it's 1978, so Grease is really, really hot right now. Movie, comedy, Richard Thomas and Bess Armstrong getting married. That's great. And remember, this week on Channel 26, all week long, we're watching the Planet of the Apes movies at 9. So this week, Conquest of the Planet of the Apes at 9. That's a great friggin' movie. And then at 9:30, Dean Martin. Everybody's got a fucking show. At 10 o'clock, Starsky and Hutch. Not a repeat. 10:30, Monty Python's Flying Circus. Wow, that's great. I love it. I love it. A housing project induced by hypnosis stands as long as the tenants believe in it. Highlights of the Olympic hide-and-seek finals held in London. That's wonderful. Dick Cavett with Vincent Price. That's great. Doc Severinsen is on Love American Style, right? Jane Fonda is on Johnny Carson. Ethel Merman and Carl Sagan. Hawaii Five-0 also at 11:30. We're getting to late night tonight, May 17th, 1978. Mystery of the Week. A husband and ex-wife private eye team tries to prevent a murder of a millionaire in the K is for Killing. K is for Killing. All right. And that's it. That takes us into tomorrow. Bunch of late night crap. But pretty much that's it. That is it. It actually has sign off at 2. It doesn't have anything past 2 in the morning. Which means that's it. That is all she wrote. All right, I am going to start this radio show and then heat up my coffee. And we will listen to this radio. This is from the album here, okay? And this episode is called Panic. And it is from 1946, April 4, 1946. And at some point it's going to start playing here because that's what it's supposed to do. So here we go. 1946.
The Signal Oil Program.
The Whistler.
The Whistler.
That's what I said.
That whistle is your signal for the Signal Oil Program, the Whistler.
That was too loud. There we go. That's better. I'm going to heat up my coffee. I'll be right back.
I am the Whistler, and I know many things, for I walk by night. I know many strange tales hidden in the hearts of men and women who have stepped into the shadows. Yes, I know the nameless terrors of which they dare not speak.
Yes, friends, it's time for the Whistler. And remember, let every traffic signal remind you, with new Signal gasoline, you do go farther than ever. Look for the familiar big yellow and black circle sign that identifies those popular Signal service stations in 7 western states from Canada to Mexico. And now the Whistler's strange story. Panic.
I came back. What happened?
Leora had been on his mind all morning. He tried not to think of her. Tried to throw himself into the office routine, dragged out all the things he'd set aside during the past month, told his secretary they were going to work late. Then by 1 in the afternoon, he found himself slipping, letting his mind relax and settle on Leora again. And at 3, he discovered he was dictating nonsense to his secretary. At that point, he stopped suddenly and deliberately thought of Leora, of her leaving tonight, walking out of his life forever.
Leora.
An hour later, he was hurrying out of the passport office on his way to the steamship agency.
Wow.
Yes, sir?
I believe a Mr. and Mrs. Charles Moffat are listed on tonight's sailing. Would you check it for me, please?
Of course, sir. Midnight sailing Baratania.
Yes, here we are. Mr. and Mrs. Charles Moffat, A-deck cabin 12.
Is there any space left on that ship?
Well, as a matter of fact, sir, I have a cancellation right here.
I'll take it. The name's Kent Buckley.
Kent Buckley. Bent Cuckley. He's Cuckley.
That's the way it is, isn't it, Kent? You agree to be sensible, to remember that she's married to respectable, wealthy Charles Moffat, surrounded by signs that say, "Keep off the grass," in big red letters.
Keep off the grass.
It's always been hard for you to be reasonable where Leora's concerned, hasn't it? Yes, Kent. And it's certainly not reasonable for you to be taking the elevator to the 10th floor of the Park Lane Apartments that night at 9 o'clock. Just 3 hours before sailing time. And walking down the corridor to Leora's door.
Stay off another man's lawn. Innuendo.
Ken.
Leora, darling, I had to come.
Charles is back in the study. You've got to go.
I don't give a hang where Charles is. I'd just as soon have it out with him right now.
Yeah.
I couldn't get you out of my mind.
But we agreed to forget it.
Forget you?
No.
Neither did I.
There's no sense to this, Kent. We're leaving in an hour.
That's why I came, Leora.
In an hour?
I'm going to.
What are you talking about?
I got passage this afternoon. I'm not going to let him take you away.
Oh, shit.
Oh, Kent. Kent, darling.
Leora.
What?
Charles.
Charles. In an hour.
Hello, Buckley.
Oh, shit.
Go on upstairs, Leora.
Bent
Charles,
Cuckley.
please.
Get out of here, you two timing little brat.
Wait a minute, Moffat.
Did you hear what I said, Leora?
Get away from her.
Well, find yourself an answer for this one.
Charles! Stop! Don't hit him again!
Hit him again.
All right. All right, Charles. There!
Shit. She whacked him.
Leora. Leora, that poker, you...
Oh.
Wait a minute.
You brained him. Yeah.
He's not breathing.
He's dead.
He's not... Oh. You killed him.
Yes. I meant to kill him.
Holy hell.
You better answer the phone.
Yes, of course. Hello?
Hello?
Oh, yes, the package.
Hello?
I'll call down when it's ready.
Hello?
The expressman's downstairs.
Wait a minute. Let me think. I gotta think. Oh, Leora. Leora, please.
He wants the sea chest, I bet.
Ken, what have I done?
Come on, you better sit down. There.
Have you unpacked yet? You want to send your luggage down?
We gotta get rid of him some way.
There's no way. We're on the 10th floor.
We got 3 hours till sailing time. 3 hours.
We'll never get away. They're still destroying.
Baggage.
They haven't left yet.
Wait a minute. Leora, where are the steamer trunks?
There you go.
In the study.
Come on.
Okay. It's no use.
Oh, we've got a chance. Whose trunk is this?
Charles. His clothes.
Big enough.
Well, that came out of nowhere.
Sure. He's going in it.
Yeah, stuff him in a
Come
trunk.
on.
Take him on a cruise.
Get it open.
And then chuck him out a window. Oh, crap, the windows are tiny portholes, and he's a fat ass. My father bought this home from
Hello?
Tower Records
Just a minute.
back in the late
The
70s.
expressman again.
Tell him to come up in 5 minutes.
Oh. Hello? Trunks will be ready in 5 minutes.
Early to mid-70s.
Yeah. Yes, please come up.
I don't think I've heard it since.
Listen, Leora, you've got to get hold of yourself.
Oh.
This is
The
going to
80s.
take nerve.
Yes, Kent.
All right, now listen. I'm going to leave now.
Yes, Kent.
I'll meet you on the pier.
Pier.
The trunks will be sent aboard. You and I are going up the gangplank as Mr. and Mrs. Charles Moffat.
They'll check.
Not until later. The cabin check comes after we get to sea. Maybe
After.
not till tomorrow morning.
Kent,
It's got to work.
It has to.
You know what happens if it doesn't?
Yeah.
All right, now
She gets
listen.
the chair.
Your husband's going to commit suicide tonight, right after we sail. He's going over the side. If I'm right about that cabin check,
Bastard.
If it doesn't come off till tomorrow morning,
If it does.
we'll find a way somehow.
Oh.
I gotta go now. Remember,
To the bathroom?
I'll see you on the dock.
Sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Shut the hell up.
With the prologue of tonight's story,
Prologue.
the Signal Oil Company brings you another strange story by The Whistler.
The Whistler.
You hear people say there's a reason for everything.
There is.
Well, there's certainly a reason
Unless
why,
there is
in
not.
just 14 years, the Signal Oil Organization has grown from a mere handful of stations in Southern California to almost 2,000 dealers, serving 7 western states from Canada to Mexico.
Woo.
Briefly, that reason is quality of product. 14 years ago, it was Signal Oil Company that introduced the first guaranteed anti-knock gasoline at no extra price. And since then, Signal gasoline has been constantly improved to give you the benefit of every latest development in the automotive and petroleum industry.
Wow.
In today's new Signal gasoline, for instance, the atoms in gasoline molecules have actually been rearranged to create amazing new power. Power that not only helps you enjoy quicker starting, faster pickup, and quieter anti-knock performance from your car, but also helps you go farther than ever on each gallon of Signal. So you see, there's good reason for the swing to Signal. Good reason for you to get acquainted soon with the friendly station in your neighborhood displaying Signal's familiar yellow and black circle sign. Now, back to the Whistler.
Well, Kent, you know what panic is now. The blind, paralyzing terror that begins somewhere in your stomach and creeps upward towards your brain. You feel it as you stand on the dock, waiting for Leora, watching the stevedores load baggage, trying to recognize the tan, brass-bound trunk that holds the body of Charles Moffat. You've got his overcoat on, dark glasses, his hat and muffler pulled close around your face, so your features are hardly visible. You stand out of the crowd, moving toward the gangplank, waiting. 5 minutes, 10, then...
Kent,
Leora,
get out of sight, quickly.
what's the matter?
Hurry.
There's no one in the freight office. Come on. What's the matter?
She's here. I forgot all about her.
Who's here?
Alice Merton, a friend of Charles. I just saw her, then I remembered. Kent, she's going too. She's on the same ship.
Good Lord, where is she now?
Wait a minute. Let me look. Over there. That woman in blue talking to the purser.
Yeah.
Oh, Kent, if she ever sees you, we're...
Wait. She's turning away. Going back to the waiting room.
Looking for us, probably.
If we can get to the cabin we're in, you can tell her I'm sick, can't see anyone.
Well...
As soon as I can get away, I'll leave the ship by the visitors' gangplank and come back on board under my own name. Understand?
I think so.
All right. Let's go. Remember what I told you. I'll do the talking. Just keep calm.
Cabin 22, right? Tickets, please.
Here you are.
Mr. and Mrs. Charles Moffat. A-deck cabin 12, right? Here you are.
Come on.
Oh, thank goodness.
Oh, Mr. Moffat.
Yes?
I'm awfully sorry, sir. I have a note here about cabin 12. Apparently the agent made an error. It's been sold to 2 parties.
What do you mean?
Well, would cabin 60 be all right? It's on the same deck and it's double.
Yes. That'll be all right. Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
This way, Mr. Moffat. Right down at the end of the deck. Your hand baggage is down there now.
All right, Leora.
What about the purser?
I don't know. It was dark. He couldn't have seen my face.
Oh, here we are. Cabin 60. Oh, darn it. The key's stuck again. I'm going to have it fixed, I keep telling myself.
Kent, shh. Kent, look.
Mrs. Merton.
Can't you hurry?
Doggone key.
Here, let me try.
It's stuck.
Charles, I've been looking all over for you.
Hey, look out. Let me have that key here.
Wait a minute, Charles.
All right, there. Get rid of her quick.
Leora, darling, where have you been?
Hello, Alice.
Oh, about your trunks, Mrs. Moffat. They're on their way to the baggage room, but I can have
Excuse me, Leora. I simply must see Charles.
Wait a minute. Alice, Charles is quite ill.
He's ill?
I've got to get below, Mrs. Moffat, if you'll just tell me
I'll
about
talk
the
to you
trunks.
later.
Well, I'm sure Charles won't mind it.
Please, Alice, please. I said Charles is ill. He doesn't want to see anyone now. You understand?
Why, of course. If he feels that way.
Okay, I'll send the trunks to the
I'm sorry, Alice. He's been very low lately.
I simply
I'm
must.
sure he'll feel better tomorrow.
Why, of course. Good night, Leora.
Well, that was a close one.
You simply must get
I've
out
got
of
to
here.
sit down.
What about the baggage?
I don't know. I couldn't hear what he was saying. Something about the baggage room.
We'll have to get it later.
Yeah.
I hope they don't make the cabin check tonight.
Oh, they better not. Well, get your baggage.
Oh, I gotta get off.
The overcoat.
Oh, yeah. There. Now listen. Forget about the body. We'll get rid of it later. Wait until about 3 in the morning.
3 in the morning.
Check the deck carefully.
Yeah?
Then run out and scream that Charles has jumped overboard. Shoot the works, collapse everything. Scatter his personal stuff around the room so it'll look like he's been here. Okay?
Okay.
There's no baggage. How does she scatter personal stuff around? What the hell?
Yes, Kent. Panic is a terrible thing, isn't it? And it's eating away at you as you leave the ship with the bon voyageurs. As you return and present your own ticket. Then, an hour later, after the ship is pulled out, you discover to your horror that they're making the cabin check.
Oh!
Who is it?
Kent, open up, quick.
Hurry.
They're making the cabin check right now.
Damn
Be
it.
here 20 minutes. We gotta do it now.
That man outside.
What man?
He's hung around here ever since you left. Out there by the rail. Yes. There, he's back again.
Well, push his ass over,
Get rid of
too.
him. You know what to do.
Kill them all.
Good luck, darling. I'll wait till he's looking the other way.
Now.
Okay.
Oh, hi, how are you?
Nice night. Oh, you startled me. I didn't see you. Sorry.
Can I push over?
Cigarette? No, thanks. I got a cigar here.
Buckley is my name.
Buckley.
Gracie. Glad to know you, Buckley.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Quick
sure.
strip?
Well, matter of fact, it is.
We'll have a drink on it at the bar down on the next deck.
No, thanks. I don't drink.
Oh.
Well,
Been over the ship?
Yeah? Nice tub at that.
Well, I was just about to take a walk around the deck. How about joining me?
Oh, you better stick around. Purser's collecting the tickets. Maybe afterwards, huh?
Yeah, all right.
Oh, there they are now.
Yeah, there's...
Oh, what's wrong?
My heart. Doctor.
Hey, good Lord. Purser. This man's had a heart attack.
oh, shit. Holy hell. Hey, Purser.
That was the only way out, wasn't it, Kent?
Fake a
Grayson and
heart
the
attack.
purser carry you down to the ship's hospital, and the doctor examines your heart, then leaves you to rest on the couch. You can almost see the purser now, moving closer and closer to Leora in cabin 60.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do except
Nothing.
wait, and your mind takes up the rhythm of the clock. He's at cabin 20 now, 22.
Maybe I'll move over here.
24.
I'm over here.
26. 28.
That's better.
30.
I like it over there better.
32.
Oh, shit. Yay!
She made it.
You race up on deck. The ship is turning around. Searchlights are playing in long arcs across the water. The passengers, officers, members of the crew stand at the railings, trying to see through the blackness. And Leora's on deck outside the cabin,
Quiet, please.
following
Quiet.
instructions.
Now, Mrs. Moffat.
I don't know. I don't know why he did it. He just got up all of a sudden and said he was going for a walk. I looked out the window just in time to see him climb over the railing.
I see. That's rather odd, isn't it?
Leora, darling.
Oh, Alice, dear, I'm so glad you're here.
There was something wrong, wasn't there? That's why he acted so strangely a while ago.
Pardon me, what's your name, please?
Alice Merton. I'm a friend of Mr. Moffat.
You would say he was acting strangely?
Yes, he was ill.
Yes, that's it. He wasn't himself all afternoon. He said he was ill.
That's hardly a reason for suicide.
I beg your pardon.
Yes?
Mr. Moffat had every reason for suicide. My name's Grayson. I'm one of his creditors.
I see.
I took passage on this ship because I suspected he was leaving the country to escape his financial obligations.
I didn't know.
Well, I'm sorry, Mrs. Moffat.
I'd better take you down to the dispensary, Mrs. Moffat. The doctor will give you a sedative. There, now. Everything's going to be all right.
Just fine. Take these pills. Drink this shot. Get naked.
Well,
gotta give you an exam.
That's one important hurdle, isn't it, Kent? But the rest is going to be more difficult. There must be no way for anyone to connect you and Leora, to link up your convenient heart attack with Charles Moffat's suicide. You have to take advantage of every moment the two of you are alone together. For example, as you are resting side by side on the beds in the ship's hospital, the doctor goes out for a moment.
Did I sound convincing?
Wonderful.
Oh, yeah,
Grayson was
baby.
a blessing in disguise.
We can take our
It
time.
got me convinced.
3 more nights, get into Southampton in the morning of the 16th. If that trunk ever gets into customs...
Don't even think about it.
We gotta be careful. I'm worried about Grayson.
I know.
Look, I'll be in the lounge tomorrow morning after breakfast reading a magazine. You can come in.
Here you are, Mrs. Moffat. Take 2 tablets tonight and a glass of water. Make you sleep.
Thank you, Doctor.
Mr. Buckley, I'm awfully puzzled about your heart.
Oh, it's only happened once or twice.
Seems perfectly normal. Strange, isn't it?
Isn't it? Isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah, it's frickin' hilarious, dude.
You see her again the next morning as you sit in the ship's lounge, reading a magazine, back to back with Leora and Alice Merton on the sofa behind you.
I understand, dear. I know it's hard. After all, I thought as much of Charles as you did, but it's not going to help any to sit alone in your room and brood over it.
Brood.
I know it, Alice. I'm going to see the deck.
He's dead. Get over
Perhaps
it.
we can arrange a game of shuffleboard.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
There you go. Shuffleboard.
Jen.
Grayson's been talking to the doctor.
Your husband killed himself.
Yeah, he's
Let's play
beginning to wonder, too.
shuffleboard.
Check the baggage clerk. I'll send the trunk up any time I want it.
Good.
When?
Not till we're ready.
You'll have to help me. I can't lift him alone.
I know it.
Leora, dear, it's all arranged. The steward has it all ready for us.
But, Alice, I...
Oh, no, not another word. That nice Mrs. Broderick's going to join us, and, let's see, we need one more.
Not another word.
How about this young man? I beg your pardon.
Oh.
How do you do? I'm Mrs. Merton.
How do you do? Kent Buckley.
I'd
Bent
like
Cuckley.
you to meet Mrs. Moffat, Mr. Buckley.
Oh, how do you do?
Howdy.
Would you like to join us in a game of shuffleboard, Mr. Buckley?
Well, I'm sorry, not quite up to it today. Perhaps tomorrow.
All right, tomorrow. It's a date.
Well, I simply must. Why?
Good shot, Leora. Your
Oh,
turn,
yeah.
Mr. Buckley.
All right, here goes. The deck watches last night.
Yes?
And here comes another one,
Here
Mrs. Merton.
Here, hold on.
Oh, not bad.
This one's coming to your
I'm
face.
just getting warmed up. We'll do it during the captain's dinner.
That's on the last night. Why are we doing
What are
it?
you waiting for? Hurry up.
Oh, just a second. It's our best chance. Everyone will be there. Nobody on deck. All right, here's the last one.
Uh-huh.
How's that?
Oh, you're too good for me. Another 10.
Now, where'll I get going?
Right.
Skip it for now. Look, leave your green purse in the dining room today at lunch. I'll pick it up.
My goodness, you two seem to be old hands at this
Yeah.
game.
Oh, we just had a run of luck. Kent's never played...
Oh, it's Kent, is it?
Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Buckley.
Oh, well, you're up, Mrs. Merton.
I simply must. Nobody ever refuses me.
This your purse, Mrs. Moffat?
Yeah.
Well, yes, it is.
A gentleman found it in the dining room.
Thank you very much. Here you are.
Gentlemen.
Thank you.
Gentlemen. It's a gentleman.
Everyone will show at captain's dinner except deck watches. Get trunk to cabin by 6. Dinner starts 6:30. Watch me and leave when I do. Meet at cabin. Kent.
Gosh. He didn't use proper grammar. What's with these
The
guys?
waiting is the worst part of it, isn't it, Kent?
Yes, it's the
Sitting,
worst.
Wondering
Yeah.
what she's thinking. Wondering if she'll be successful in getting the trunk to the stateroom. A whole day of waiting. Then a night, and another day.
And another day.
You're
another
24
night.
hours out of Southampton and the customs. But you were right. Your best chance is during the captain's dinner, attended by all the passengers and officers. No one to worry about
Right
except
back.
the deck watch. And you've been careful to note the exact time the watch on the afterdeck goes down to the galley for coffee. You're at the table in the dining salon at 6:30, seated next to your friend, Mr. Grayson, the man who represents the creditor.
I saw you out playing shuffleboard yesterday, Buckley.
Yeah.
Enjoy it?
Yeah, great game.
A little strenuous.
You don't mean that.
I mean, for a man with a weak heart.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, if it hadn't been for that, I might have been able to stop Moffat before he went over the side. Matter of fact, I'd intended to go into his cabin and talk things over with him. That's how I happened to be standing out there on the deck.
Well.
And then you had to go and pull a heart attack at exactly the right moment.
Always pick the worst time.
Yeah. Almost peculiar the way it happened.
You got a cigarette?
How about a cigar?
No, thanks, no. I better get some cigarettes. I'll be right back.
I need a cigarette. Oh, like a bong hit. That'll do.
That's right, Kent. Make sure Leora sees you leave, then head for the cabin. Once the body is gone, Grayson and the whole lot of them can be as suspicious as they choose. The decks are deserted. Everything is right, isn't it, Kent?
Oh, it's perfect.
Exactly right.
Is the trunk in the room?
I had an awful time. He didn't want to send us out.
Never mind that. Is it there now?
Yes, it's
All
there.
right. Can't be gone too long. Let's get going. Hurry. Don't touch the lights.
Sorry.
Do it. Okay. Where is it?
Right over there. It's gone.
Ah, shit.
The Whistler will return in just a moment
Just
with
a
the
moment.
strange ending of tonight's story.
Oh, it's going to get weirder.
Meantime, a question. Have you forgotten anything lately?
Oh, everything.
Just anything? Well, of course, we all
Fucking A.
forget occasionally.
What's my name?
But consider what might happen if even one part were forgotten when your car is lubricated.
Oh.
Excessive wear,
That's
a damaged
happened.
part, and your car laid up. That's why
I
your
drove out of
signal
a place
gasoline
and
dealer
they
never
didn't
trusts
put
the
the,
memory when he lubricates your car.
The
Instead,
nut
he
on the
uses
oil
Signal's
pan
famous check
all the way.
chart,
They
on
just
which the
slipped it
maker
on
of
there.
your car
And it
shows
vibrated
every
off.
lubrication point. And your
Oh.
signal dealer checks each
And
point against this chart
all
not
the
just
oil
once,
drained out.
but twice, which is why it's called
Actually, it
Signal
vibrated
Double
loose
Check
and just dripped
lubrication.
out.
What's more, your signal dealer uses 9 specialized signal lubricants.
And then I was
So
running
each
on no
part will
oil.
have the exact type of protection it needs for long, trouble-free service. This is just another example of the more thorough, conscientious service you get at independently
I was
operated
mad.
signal
It
stations.
was a brand new car.
Another reason why your signal man
It was
is
a
a
brand
mighty
new
good
fucking
man to
car.
know these days when you really want your car to go farther. And now, back to the Whistler.
Well, Kent, the panic is back again, isn't it? The blind black panic you felt when you looked down at Charles, dead at your feet back in the apartment. The trunk with Charles's body is gone. Everything. All the planning, the careful meetings, the dodging and lying was useless. The trunk is gone.
Gone.
You forget about caution now as you and Leora hurry down to the baggage room on C deck and call the clerk to the window.
Clerk!
Yes, sir.
What happened to the trunk Mrs. Moffat had sent up to her room this evening?
Oh, I'm awfully sorry, sir.
Where is it?
Well, it seems
Well,
that
come on, where is it?
Perhaps the purser can explain.
Excuse me, Mackay.
Where is it, Purser? It was in the cabin at 6 o'clock.
It was an error on my part, Mrs. Moffat. I neglected to inform the clerk.
Inform him of what?
Of the fact that due to Mr. Moffat's death, we have to impound all his personal effects as a matter of form.
Oh.
What? I'm sorry, Mrs. Moffat. It's simply routine.
What do you mean?
We'll have to hold the trunk here till we arrive. But it will be available to you after its contents are examined and itemized by the authorities.
Oops.
So you see, really there's no reason at all to become alarmed.
Don't worry about it. You should have got his body out sooner. The moral of the story is if you're going to kill somebody, get rid of their body quick. Don't fuck around. All right, there you go. That is Panic, CBS radio broadcast, April 4th, 1946. Pardon me. That's a great one. I haven't heard that since I was a kid. Yeah. Crazy stuff, man. The Whistler is one of those shows that is an answer to The Shadow. The Shadow was the first of its kind. That kind of dark, mysterious figure. And of course this is an anthology series, so it's a different story every night. But it is kind of the Reply by CBS Radio as far as the Shadow goes. Yeah, this is not one of those shows that I listen to a lot, but there is a little bit on my channel. I've got a decent amount of The Whistler on my channel. I would assume that I put most of it in the Whistler playlist. Sometimes they get loose and they don't make it into the playlist, and they're just kind of bouncing around in a video, old time radio, or just a video playlist. But they are great shows. I've listened to several. I have favorites. The Little People is one of my favorites, where that guy shrinks the heads and the bodies down. His wife and his wife's lover. He kills them both and shrinks them. That's a really good one, because it's just that guy, mostly that guy just talking to himself, and it's crazy, man. I love guys who just talk to themselves for some odd reason. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Whistler, check it out. I haven't loaded this show up onto my channel yet. I'm not there. I know I've got about a dozen or so Whistlers loaded. And this one is not loaded onto my channel yet, so this is the only place you can hear it right now. At some point, I'll get it loaded. The next time we do Whistler, well, actually, I just loaded a Whistler, the Weekling, so it's going to be sometime in July. It looks like when it's going to get loaded, sometime in July. So I did do some loading. I got some stuff loaded. Today I need to upload 5 films, educational films, and then I am going to be loaded through the week of all the way through until June 27th. I will be programmed out. And then I'll be working on the end of June and the first week of July, which is great because I've been looking at a bunch of stuff for the 4th of July, which I think I'm going to be doing a lot of bicentennial stuff. So yeah, hopefully I can dig up some stuff that we haven't seen, and then I'll use a few things that we have seen before in some video time machine stuff. We'll talk about a whole lot of bicentennial stuff that week of the 4th of July. That'll be fun. We'll be kind of winding down the end of July and the beginning of the first couple of weeks of August, because in the middle of August I'm going to be taking a week off to go do my reunion thing, however it turns out. But if it looks like it's going to be something, then I'll set up a camera and a microphone and do a live feed so that people who can't be there can see other people there. So we'll do that. Otherwise, I'm just going to play it by ear. I know that this sometime soon I need to make some advertisements for the reunion and get them out there so that people know that it's still going on. It's still happening. Even though people haven't been sharing this stuff and getting shirt donations, I'm still going ahead. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be camping. Whether I'm there by myself or it's me and Joey and me and my family, and then a couple of people local show up, that's fine. That's, mainly I want to go camping, and I want to go to Lake Elsinore. And most especially, I would really like to see some of those people from my past who said that, yeah, they'd like to be there. So, my family, some of my good friends from back then, their families. So there's quite a few family names that I would really like to be there. And then a lot of people that I would really love to be there. It's just going to depend on, it's going to depend on them. I'm not a pushy guy, so I'm not going to go after people. Basically, it's going to be, if you're just coming for the daytime before sunset, it's going to be $25. If you're coming for the evening and you're going to stay into past sunset, then it's going to be $50 per carload, not even per person, per carload, right? So that should be a turn on, and I should be able to get a lot of people, to come and hang out, if not camp, at least hang out for the day, show up on and off during the day, show up for the evening festivities. And what I'm going to do is just try to get a little rental trailer for the week and take it with me down there and load it filled with all of my camping gear, as well as the items that I kind of want to raffle off, right? And basically, I want to raffle off some stuff, just to get rid of some stuff and to kind of share the past with people, because you can't take it with you. I want to kind of spread it around, and at the same time, if I can raise a few bucks, that's great, because there's probably going to be some entertainment there who I'm going to want to give some money to, right? So there you go. I'm not going to be making any money off of ticket prices because we have to pay for our venue. And the best way to do that is just to say, okay, look, I've got X amount of people showing up, and they're going to be spending about X amount of dollars. Is that going to be okay to get us this spot here and put off some caution tape and only allow in our people, right? If we can reach that dollar amount, is that going to get us this spot? Because that's what you usually do over that weekend. Pardon me. You usually do about that much business in that area. So we would like to take that area and give you that business. Guaranteed. And then what I'll do is I'll just, I'll get with people, a month beforehand and find out exactly who's going to be there. And I don't expect a big turnout. I really don't. I expect a lot of people to say, oh, I just can't do it. Something came up, or I forgot to get the time off, or there's going to be a lot of reasons why people don't show up. So if it's just me and a couple of other people in a corner hanging out and partying, that's fine. I just want to go camping, and I would really like it if I would get to be able to see some of the people that I used to know and catch up right? I don't want to sit around and go, hey, man, remember when? I don't want to sit around and do that. I just want to catch up with people, you know, show off my daughter, give away some vintage crap, sit around and play some music, you know, reminisce a little bit, but I don't want to sit and dwell on the past. You know, everybody's gone and done a lot of things. We should talk about all these things. You know, I, on the other hand, I really haven't done much. Never really wanted to be rich or, you know, be some kind of accomplished guy with a this or that. Yeah, I thought about it a few times, you know, but it just never fit, you know, being a financially successful person. Money's good. Money's a great tool, as long as you don't let it use you. And if we need money, we get money. We earn money. We go out. We do work. We bring home money. And, you know, that's what money's for. It's nice to have a little money saved up. But I'm not going to sit and Scrooge and Mize and all of that stuff, because it's just not me. And I'm not a smart money guy. So, you know, pay the bills, have food to eat, clothes to wear, weed to smoke. You know, that's kind of what I've been my whole life. You know, it's just the basics. Kind of a survivor, you know, if you will. So we don't need much. I don't need much. My family apparently doesn't need much. They know that keeping things low key means that you don't have to worry all the time. There are occasions when you had to worry, but if you've done things right, well, you don't have to worry too much. Things take care of themselves. I keep hearing this dove or a pigeon out here on my swamp cooler, just outside this vent over here, and I keep hearing him or her in there, shuffling around on the top in between the house and the top of the thing, and there's this little spot in there. When it was over here, the birds had a nest built in there, and then when I moved it, I had to move their nest into a little house that I built. And they still, to this day, they still use that little house. I just saw the couple that lives there and their baby out here on this guy's porch, waiting for their baby to dry out and get strong wings and fly, because it flew down, so apparently it's flying back and forth now. So, as long as the cats don't get them. So my wife says that we should go out and we should build a bunch of bird houses, right? And then just put them up all over the place. Because really, we could. And then we need to put bird houses everywhere. And then when the birds are not around, we need to make it so the birds can't get to where they used to go. Mainly because they hang out in the rain gutters. And when it rains, it's not good. So if we can make it so they can't get into the rain gutters, and then put little birdie houses near those areas, you know, I'll hang them from the fucking rain gutters all the way around my house and put little birdie apartments. I don't care. We probably shouldn't put them over the car, but, you know, there's lots of places we can hang little birdie apartment buildings. I'm totally cool with that. I love to make birdhouses. It's very therapeutic. And you don't have to stick to one, you know, you just grab a piece of wood and go, oh, I can make one that looks like this. And, oh, I can make one that looks like this. If you got a bunch of pieces of wood that are all similar, then you can do that factory, you know, production thing and make a bunch that look the same and then paint them differently. And I've done that before. And, you know, a little glue and a little nail gun action, and that's it. You know, you're set. And I've got firewood out there, chunks of firewood that I could actually put on my table saw and cut into pieces and make some that look like cabins, have raw wood edges and stuff, and that'd be neat too. So and then we've got a lot of old paint and stuff lying around to decorate the outsides. I just have to find out the right hole circumference for the different birds. The pigeons and doves, they do more of like a shelf thing, where it's just like an opening, like a little box with an opening on the front and a little place for them to land and then walk into. There are other birds that require a little perch outside of a hole, and then the whole diameter is, determines what kind of bird is going to live in there. You don't want something bigger than the bird, because then little predator birds and animals get in there. So, you don't want a squirrel coming in and stealing stuff. So yeah, at some point we'll probably, once we get the yard situated, and my wife says we need to empty out my tool shed and reorganize it. And that's kind of where we're at now. We're trying to get spring cleaning done and start to get it to where we can just bring things in and organize them. And then it's like, the dump pile, the giveaway or sell pile, and then back into storage pile. And we're trying to dwindle it down enough so that at some point eventually we can do something with our travel trailer that is our storage unit. We pay a couple of dollars a month to park it behind us, and then we just use it as storage. And it's a lot cheaper than renting a storage unit, and then it's right behind us. So that's very cool. But at the same time, we don't need that trailer there. You can't live in it. It's pretty beyond being livable. The plumbing doesn't work. I don't know anything about the electricity. It probably leaks a little bit in a few spots. It's just not livable. For a homeless person, it's a castle. For the average person, it's like, oh, this is skanky. It's just been sitting too long unattended and unlived in, and just stuff piled up in it. So, but it's got a ton of my stuff in there, a ton of our family stuff, and really a lot of my crap's old stereos and TVs and VHS tapes and more DVDs, and yeah, it's just, it's crazy. What I need is another shed about as big as the one I have. Where to put it, I don't know. But I really need, what we need is like a couple of acres somewhere. And a couple of tiny homes and a few outbuildings, a few sheds. I could take a 10 by 12 shed and turn it into an office studio, because that's what this is. I'm going to turn that off. Mom is going to be waking up when the show is over, not now. But I could, another shed we could use for storage, another shed I could build. And when I build them up on an 18-inch pony wall so that the shed is taller, and then put a front wall on it with a door and a window so that you can, actually lock it up. And then along that pony wall, you can bring in water and electricity and plumbing and gas and everything, which is what I did out in mine. So I could build a few of those linked together with decks, porches, so that eventually you can enclose the in-between areas and just create one big, massive, weird building, That'd be great, That'd be totally great. Anyway, I just drifted off into a little spaceland. Spaceland. Uh-oh. Ah, spaceland. Yeah. I'm a dreamer. I've been a dreamer my whole life. Not really a doer. I've really lived out a lot of my dreams. This is one of them. Getting married and having a beautiful child. That's one of my lifelong dreams. But, I mean, really, I come up with these fantabulous ideas, these fantastical, crazy, out there, otherworldly ideas that there's just no way in hell I could ever accomplish. Getting a little piece of property with some little tiny homes for friends and family, and having a main building filled with everything that we would all need as a community, right? Kind of a communal type place, but not a traditional commune, you know. Everybody pays rent in their own little place, right? And then all of that goes into a fund which pays for everything on the property, the mortgage or rent or whatever, probably a mortgage, and then any utilities, and then anything extra would go into an emergency fund, and then we would get together as a community and decide, okay, well, we've got X amount of surplus money. This year we need this and this and this, and we need a tractor, and we need to build a new greenhouse and all of this. And then just kind of make it as like a business, right? Where our success is the success of the business. But the business is just, start to wake up in here. You know, it's just making life easier on the group. You know, a sustainable, you know, hi, Ollie Pop. How are you, little whiteness? What are you doing? Just waking up, huh? You're so cute in the morning. With your bright eyes. Here comes squinty-eyed Sam. Yep, yes, sirree. So let's see, tomorrow, like I said, it's Radio Shack Day, Part 1. We're going to talk about Radio Shack walkie-talkies. And where we get that stuff. A lot of stuff comes from the swap meet. A lot of my deals, Radio Shack stuff, comes from the swap meet. You get it from the swap meet because it's still around. A lot of this stuff was built back when you built things to last, because that's what consumers demanded. They demanded stuff that lasted. And if it didn't last, you were able to get a soldering iron or buy a fuse or do something and fix it yourself. Because I have stuff here that is 50 years old or older, and it just needs my touch. It just needs a soldering iron. It just needs some new capacitors or a new belt or a lubed gear or something. So nowadays, it's disposable. Everything is disposable. Everything is just landfill fodder. Nothing is built to last. Why? Because the consumers are no longer in charge. All right? It's these giant corporate entities that are now in charge of what's being produced. They dictate to us what we want. And that wasn't like that. Before, it was the consumer demanded something to be long-lasting, or at least repairable, right? You used to be able to go down, and you can still buy repair kits for your car as long as your car is, 50 years old. And then you can go down and buy a repair kit and rebuild anything on the car, the alternator, the carburetor, anything with an aider on the end. You can just rebuild it. Transmissions, rear ends, drivetrains, anything in the engine, you just buy a part and replace it. Nowadays, not so easy. It's probably easy to get the part, but you don't know where the hell it goes or how to get to that, because they make it so that the consumer cannot be involved in their own products anymore at all. You just scratch your head and say, fuck it, and put a for sale sign on it. And get another one. Or take it and dump it off. This TV just don't work anymore. We used to have things called TV repair shops where you take a TV in. And I remember taking my very first flat screen, taking it to the local TV repair shop. And the guy scratched his head and said, just get another one. It's going to be cheaper for you to get another one than it will be for me to replace this. And I'm like, really? And he says, yeah. That's the way it is now. I said, you bring in your tube TV and I can fix it up great for you. But this is pointless. That's the way it is now. that's what I love about Radio Shack. Owning anything Radio Shack, anything realistic, anything made by the Tandy Corporation, is that you can still fix it. Granted, it's hard to find the stuff to fix it. I know I bought a cassette player recorder, a realistic cassette player recorder, and it wasn't working. So I bought another one and another one and another one. I bought 5 total. So that, and then I bought 2 repair kits, belts and whatnot. And then I thought, okay, well, I've got 2 to repair and 3 for a diagram to see how it's put together, so that when I take this one apart, I know how it's supposed to look when I put it back together. And then I've got 2 for parts. So I've already put 1 together, used 1 for parts, and used 1 as a schematic to learn how to put it back together. So I've got another one, and what I'd like to do is bring them on the show and then replace the belts on one. And it's a bit intricate. It might be a little bit of a long show. It'll probably take a couple of hours to do, but it'll be fun nonetheless. So yeah, tomorrow we're going to be doing Radio Shack Part 1. And we'll have another album of the day. On Friday, we're just going to talk trailer park life, trailer trash. We're going to talk about growing up as a trailer park kid. Most of my youth was either as a trailer park kid or being homeless, living in a van down by the river, waking up in any number of places, any time. We used to go to sleep on the beach in California, and then wake up the next day at the river in Arizona, the Colorado River, at Parker Dam or something. So, it was really weird growing up that way. But there were a lot of times where we just lived in mobile home parks, trailer parks, RV parks, campgrounds, and that shit. And you'd be surprised how many people were actually doing that. I mean, we would literally have, friends, kids, families who were doing the same fucking thing, just living, just trying to exist. And that was back in the 70s, and it was rough. Imagine what it's like now, being homeless and trying to survive, and doing it in the city, and doing it without transportation. It's about as hard as it is just to try to own a home or pay rent on a home. My God, have you seen the prices of rent just in a rural area, not to mention the city? You can't live in a city and work in a city because it's too expensive to live in the city. No matter what kind of job you got, you probably can't afford to live wherever you work. You got to live further away where it's cheap, so you got to commute. So you spend most of your time at work or driving back and forth to work. Your kids spend most of their time at school or commuting to school, especially if you're in a real rural area. I remember back when we first lived out in Temecula, Rancho California area, the nearest high school was Elsinore High, and it was an hour and a half bus ride on a good day, just one way, just getting picked up in the morning. And if you were at the end of the line getting dropped off, or the beginning of the line getting picked up, your bus ride was just crazy long. I mean, it was dark. It was pitch black dark at night. And then a lot of times it's dark when you get home, the right time of year. It was horrible. And then you don't see your family at all, at all, ever. Slaves. Totally. But living in a trailer park, we were always together, right? We were pretty much always together. Cruising around, being homeless. When you're homeless, you're pretty much always together. That's just the way it is. Homeless with kids is a big deal. That's why if my gosh, if you got to be homeless and you got kids, I hope you got at least an RV, right? Because, sheesh. Any other way is madness. Trying to survive in a tent or in a car or even without. And we've done that as kids. I did that, you know. The way we kept from being homeless, you know, several years of my marriage was by owning a travel trailer so that we weren't homeless. You're never homeless if you got an RV, you know. You're semi-homeless if you're like living in a van or something. If you're living in your car, you're homeless, completely homeless. Without a car, living on the street, that's destitute, man. That's like the worst. You don't have any place to get in out of the elements at all ever, you know. If you're in a car, at least you got that. It's hot, get out of the car. It's cold, get into the car, you know. At least you got something. You got a place to lock some frickin' doors and protect your stuff and protect you. Because being homeless is not, you know, it ain't exactly safe. Yeah, and I know people now who are homeless. You know, I know people who have been homeless. I never made any friends while I was homeless because I never stayed with anyone. When I was homeless, I was homeless alone. I was living in my car on my terms where I wanted to park my car. It was Temecula in the 80s, so it was pretty rural, in the 90s, pardon me, in the early 90s. But in the 80s, I was homeless, and I just bounced around from friend's house to friend's house because, you know, I was in school. I had to try to survive. You know, last bong hit here. All right, Sam is on the couch here looking at me, telling me that my time is up. It is time to get out of here for the day. I will be back tomorrow morning. Like I said, we're taking off this morning. We're going to go up to Big Bear and see what the campsite looks like and check out the sites to see which ones we like, and then and take it from there. And then reserve something. And it should be awesome. And we're going to pick up my brother-in-law on the way and make a little day of it. And of course, my daughter, who has just finished her last final exam last night, is going to stay home and relax. All right, people, that is going to do it for me. I am going to sign off. And get out of here for the day. I will be back tomorrow morning, fear not, right? No, really. 'Cause I totally fear not, right? You know what to do, people. Be kind. You know, spread love. Peace, not bullshit. Be cool with each other, all right? Do something for yourself, but do something for somebody else too. Why? Because it makes you feel good, and it makes the world a better place. So most especially, stay weird, because if you ain't weird, ain't nobody gonna be weird for you, people. You gotta put the effort in. You gotta put the time in to be weird. Weird is where it's at. I'm here, I'm weird, get used to it, all right? Until tomorrow, this is Crazy Old Weird Bearded Guy signing off, and you have a great day. All right? Do something. Get out there. Have some fun. Spread the love. All right, guys. Take it easy, everyone. Have a great one. And as usual, adios.